The wait is finally over. UFC 324 goes down this Saturday. No more Yuri Prohaska training the way of the samurai, including learning patience and perseverance. Our 6-week-long torture is over. The sun is shining and the air smells extra fresh. And now I must give my full card predictions for UFC 324. So starting off with the first fight of the night, it is Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. I'm going with Ty Miller on this one, and I think it's a pick that I'm pretty confident on. Adam Fugit, he's not very high level. Ty Miller, he looks pretty good in his last fight. His striking is pretty solid. He's pretty dangerous on the feet. He's undefeated, young. Adam Fugit, he just looks pretty mid throughout most of his career. And Ty Miller, I mean, he's only going to get better from here, and he's already looked pretty good. Give me Ty Miller by probably a second round finish, maybe. Next up, we have Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. I'm going with Cameron Smotherman. Ricky Turcios, he had a decent showing in his last fight with Bernardo Sopage, but he still lost most of that fight's boxing exchanges. Cameron Smotherman, he's a better boxer and a more dangerous puncher than Bernardo Sopage. He did get taken down quite a bit in his last fight by Ricky Simón and controlled, but I feel like Ricky Simón, he's just a far better grappler than Ricky Turcios. And there's not a whole lot of shame in losing to Ricky Simón. So give me Cameron Smotherman. I don't know if he's going to get a finish. Ricky Turcios, he is pretty durable. Give me him by a unanimous decision. Moving up, we have Josh Hockett versus Denzel Freeman. Interesting matchup in the heavyweight division, but I'm going with Josh Hockett. It just comes down to their demeanors from their debuts. Denzel Freeman, he looked very nervous and not so confident in his abilities, and he was very patient. Josh Hockett attacked it very hard. And Denzel Freeman, he's been taken down in fights before, and he has been held down before. Josh Hockett, he is a pretty good grappler, and he's very powerful on the feet. I'm going to go with Josh Hockett to win by probably a finish in maybe the second round, and to go on a prime Chael Sonnen type of post-fight interview rant. Next up, we have Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Two crafty vets in the lightweight division. Two crafty vets on winning streaks, but I'm going with Michael Johnson to be craftier on that night. But in the times Michael Johnson has been KO'd, it has been from looping overhand rights from guys like Josh Emmett and Diego Ferreira. And he doesn't really get caught coming in with shots. Alexander Hernandez, his last 2 KOs, he's been catching guys coming in. You know, Chase Hooper, who's pretty mediocre on the feet. He caught him coming in with the nasty straight right hand. And he did the same thing with Carlos Diego Ferreira in his last fight, despite losing the entire fight up until that point in the second round. And plus, Michael Johnson, he's fast, he's still powerful, still very quick. He's taller, he's got a reach advantage. I think Michael Johnson's going to get it done. Alexander Hernandez, he has been looking pretty good. He is probably in his prime years, but I feel like Michael Johnson's just going to be too quick for him. And Alexander Hernandez isn't a good enough grappler to be able to take down and control Michael Johnson over the course of 3 rounds. And he's also not dangerous enough in the grappling to have the thought of the takedown be an underlying thing in Michael Johnson's head. So give me MJ to get it done, probably by maybe a decision, I feel. Yeah, give me Michael Johnson by a decision. I don't think Hernandez is going to get finished, though. Next up, we got Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Y'all ready for this? My hopefully crafty underdog pick of the night. I'm going with Alex Perez to beat Charles Johnson. The fighters who Charles Johnson has usually struggled the most with, it's been grapplers. He has a recent loss to Ramazan Tamirov, who just kind of put a pace on him. Charles Johnson, he's too patient at the start of fights. And Alex Perez, he's kind of like he's a very good grappler. And he really attacks things on the feet. Big meaty hooks, very pressure heavy. He's got a lot of good experience against the most elite level fighters in the division. Prime Figueiredo, Pantoja, Tatsuro Taira, Muhammad Makayev, who he arguably won. All right, let's not forget he had an extremely close fight with Muhammad Makayev. And he was beating Asu Almabayev 2-0 very clear until that Hail Mary guillotine from Almabayev. But Charles Johnson, he's not going to be attacking submissions. He's not a high-level submission threat like any of those guys, nor is he a high-level grappler. Alex Perez will have a big grappling advantage in this fight. And Charles Johnson, he's kind of just going to have to rely on getting a big KO on the feet. But Alex Perez, I think he's going to be crafty enough to move out of the way. And, I've never seen Alex Perez get rocks before. People act like it's so crazy Charles Johnson dropping Joshua Van when Joshua Van has literally been dropped 2 other times by Edgar Chairez and Kevin Borjas. I know Charles Johnson has a big height and reach advantage in this fight, but if I'm going to be honest, Charles Johnson isn't exactly a tall kind of fighter. He's got big reach, big height, but he doesn't fight like at distance. He does most of his best work on the inside. And Charles Johnson, he does struggle against grapplers sometimes. He had a very close fight with Azat Maxim, who I don't even think's in the UFC anymore. He lost to Cody Durden, lost to Ramazan Tamirov. I'm going Alex Perez. I just think he's got a big grappling advantage. He can hold his own on the feet for a hot minute. He's got crafty experience, and he is also the younger fighter. So not only has he fought far more elite levels of competition, but he is also younger by just 2 years, so not that much, but he's still something to point out. Give me Alex Perez to probably win a 29-28 decision. Charles Johnson, I reckon he'll probably pick it up in the 3rd round and start landing more often. Maybe he'll hurt Perez, but I think Perez, he's crafty enough to survive a moment of getting stumbled. Plus, he's never been dropped before. Give me Alex Perez by a 29-28 decision. Next up, in the light heavyweight division, we have Nikita Krylov taking on Modestas Bukauskas. Close fight, but I'm going to have to go with Bukauskas because Krylov is on a very bad decline. He's gotten chinned very brutally in his last 2 fights. And Modestas Bukauskas, he's riding a 4-fight win streak where he's looked very solid. If Nikita Krylov, he was still in his prime, I think he'd probably win this pretty handily, but he's just gotten so chinny. I cannot with any confidence at all pick Nikita Krylov to win this fight. Modestas Bukauskas, he is powerful on the feet. He's got a very sharp right hand, and he can grapple well too. Even though Krylov will probably have an advantage if this fight goes to the ground, Bukauskas should be able to handle himself pretty well. And on the feet, he's got a big advantage. He's in his prime. He's faster. He's going to be cracking very hard. And Nikita Krylov, he's just so chinny. His chin has completely declined since he's come back from his big break. Yeah, I just can't confidently pick him. Maybe he'll survive the 1st round, but I don't think he's going to make it out the 2nd. Give me Modestas Bukauskas probably by a 2nd round finish. And it should probably be the end of Nikita Krylov's career. Next up, we have Ateba Gaultier versus Andre Pulayev. Give me Andre Pulayev to pull this one off. He's got a very crafty strike game. Good kicks and all. He can wrestle. Yeah, obviously I'm joking. Give me Ateba Gaultier in the 1st round. This fight, it should probably go into the later half of the 1st round. Because up to this point, Andre Pulayev, I think, is by far the best fighter Gaultier has fought. He is actually pretty decent on the feet. He's got a solid kick game. But he just gives the freeze-up type. Whenever he gets rocked, he just doesn't clench. He doesn't run away or shoot any desperation takedowns. He just kind of freezes up and tries to block, and that plays perfectly for Gauthier. Yeah, give me a Teba Gauthier. And Andre Pulayev, he's not a very high-level grappler. I don't see him being able to really take down Gauthier if he tries. And even if he does manage to secure a takedown on Gauthier, I don't think he's going to be able to hold him down for much long. So yeah, give me Gauthier by a first-round finish at the 3 to 4 minute mark. Next up, the prelim feature bout, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. I have to pick Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar, he's in his prime years right now, and Figueiredo, he is a little bit declined. Even though he won his last fight with Montel Jackson, he still did look a little bit declined. He's not very fast on the feet anymore. I feel like Umar Nurmagomedov, he's just a faster striker. He's got a bigger tool bag, with kicks. He's got pretty decent hands too. And in the grappling exchanges, I feel like Umar Nurmagomedov, he's just better there, a little bit more well-rounded. But the thing that concerns me is Umar Nurmagomedov is a little bit chinny. He got dropped by Beksat Almakhan, got dropped by Mario Batista, he got rocked by a punch from Merab Dvalishvili. Figueiredo, there is a good chance that he is probably the hardest hitting bantamweight right now. He's got the most power in that division. I can see a situation, here's my prediction for how this fight goes. Umar Nurmagomedov, he's up 2-0. He's faster on the feet. He's outpointing him. And he's getting the better in the grappling exchanges, defending off submission attempts. But in the third round, Figueiredo could land a big wild punch on Umar, and he'll probably drop him. He'll probably maintain a little bit of control time, but Umar Nurmagomedov will be able to recover, maybe get top position again, or he'll just survive the rest of the round. Give me Umar Nurmagomedov, probably about a 29-28 decision, but I could see a 30-27, given that Figueiredo, he is past his peak. So yeah, give me Umar to win a decision. Next up, we have Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva, the opener of the main card. Me personally, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be as close of a fight as some people think it'll be. I got Gene Silva by a second round finish. Arnold Allen, let's be honest, he doesn't have a great chin. The power of Movsar Evloev almost made him take a knee, and we know Movsar Evloev isn't exactly much of a power puncher. And plus, Arnold Allen's never fought someone who has a style very similar to Gene Silva. Gene Silva, very powerful on the feet, got a crazy kick game, spinning elbows. He's got a very wild and creative strike game. And I don't think Arnold Allen hits hard enough to be able to sit down Gene Silva or rock him or anything. And Arnold Allen, he's not much of a grappler himself, so Gene Silva won't have much worry for the threat of the takedown. And plus, Arnold Allen coming off a very long layoff. Gene Silva's been very active recently. He was piecing up Diego Lopez in the second round until he got caught with that spinning elbow. Yeah, I just got Gene Silva to win. Yeah, by a second round finish. Yeah, not much to break down here. Next up, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Give me Natalia Silva by a 30-27. I genuinely think that Natalia Silva is one of the best female strikers of all time by a lot. She's so elusive on the feet. She's got an incredible kick game. She's got great footwork, movement, very good stamina. She's got good combinations. She has good punt boxing. And Rose Namajunas, she's past her prime, guys. She has one of the most legendary primes in all of WMMA, but ever since she's made the move up to the flyweight division, her speed has declined. Her big power shots have been more easy to see, and I just don't think she's going to be able to catch Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva is going to be too fast for her, too elusive, too slick. She's probably going to pick her apart from range. Yeah, give me Natalia Silva by a decision. And even if Rose Namajunas tries to mix in the grappling, and Natalia Silva does have very improved takedown defense, so she should be able to shut her off. So that's it. Give me Silva by 30-27 decision. Now, next up, we have the 50-50 fight of the card. While there are a couple, but none more 50-50 than this one, it is Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Now, Waldo Cortez Acosta, he does a good job at rolling with punches. He's very powerful. He has good timing on his shots. He is a very solid striker in the heavyweight division in the modern era. He's in his prime. He can grapple pretty well, even though he doesn't use it that often. But here's an issue. Every time I feel confident in picking Waldo Cortez Acosta, I just think back to how he loves to just play that take one to give one sometimes. Even though he does a good job at rolling with punches, he sits on the fence and he does get caught every now and then, and he loves to do that so he can give one back harder. And that's too risky of a game to play with Derek Lewis. I'm not counting out Derek Lewis entering this fight, but I think I'm going to have to pick Waldo Cortez Acosta. He's faster. He could roll with shots. And Derek Lewis, he is susceptible to getting knocked out. Here at the big age of 40, he's going to be a little more chinny than he may have been in the past. His stamina is probably not going to be as good as it may have been before. I'm not counting out Derek Lewis. He can definitely win this fight. This really is a hard one to give a confident pick on. I don't want to get underdog happy on this card. I'm going to go with Waldo Cortez Acosta to potentially get a finish because he is very powerful too. I'm not very confident in my pick. And Waldo Cortez Acosta does need to pay for what he did to my GOAT, Shamil Gaziev. But is Derek Lewis the one to do it? I don't know if he is, but I can see him doing it. I hope Derek Lewis wins just because I want to see the full Derek Lewis treatment. You know, him knock someone out, get a call from Trump, moon the crowd, and all that stuff. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Give me Cortez Acosta. Yeah, but it's a hard one to predict. He's probably going to catch him with a good one in like the middle of an exchange. Yeah, give me Waldo Cortez Acosta by a finish on the feet in like rounds 1 or 2. Next up, we have the new co-main event. Sean O'Malley taking on Song Yadong. He may not beat his dong, but he will beat Yadong. Give me Sean O'Malley to win. Probably a decision. Song Yadong is pretty durable. Now, while he does have decent grappling, and Sean O'Malley has struggled in his last 2 fights with the grappling of Merab, he is not on a level of Merab in regards to grappling. So even if he does try to mix in the grappling with O'Malley, O'Malley will be able to handle himself well and probably stuff a few takedowns. And on the feet, I feel O'Malley has a solid advantage. Yadong struggles with, taller, rangier strikers. He took a 5-round decision against Chris Gutierrez. And he did lose to Corey Sandhagen from a cut that was opened up from a Sandhagen elbow. And Sean O'Malley, I'm pretty sure he's taller than both of them. He's a more powerful striker than both of them. He's more dynamic. He's faster. He's more elusive. He's got better footwork. He's coming into this fight with a chip on his shoulder. He's still in his prime years. Give me Sean O'Malley to win a decision. Song Yadong is pretty durable, so I believe he'll hold up. he could land a big shot and hurt Sean O'Malley on the feet, but I feel like O'Malley will be able to handle himself well when met with adversity this time around. And plus, I don't think Song Yadong's a high-level enough grappler to dominate Sean O'Malley in the grappling exchanges. Give me Sean O'Malley by a decision. Next up, we have the main event of the evening. Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. A lot of people are probably going to call me wild for this one, but I am picking Justin Gaethje to knock out Paddy Pimblett. Most of this coming from the fact that Paddy Pimblett has, abysmal striking defense. It is terrible. He leaves his chin wide open when attacking and when not attacking. And he also, even though in regards to the grappling, it is very one-sided, and if this fight does hit the mat, Paddy's definitely going to submit him. It's about getting it to the mat. And Paddy Pimblett doesn't really have the best offensive wrestling, and Justin Gaethje does have good takedown defense. That sequence at the beginning of the Rafael Fazia fight where Gaethje got taken down was just a wild grappling exchange that he didn't see coming. Did not think that Rafael Faziev was going to be the one shooting on him. The thing that makes me less confident in this pick is from the fact that Gaethje is a little bit old and like a tad bit past his prime, maybe. But I just don't really think that Paddy Pimblett is that good. On the feet, where Max Holloway gave Justin Gaethje a lot of problems on the feet was his great distance management and high-level speed, movement. Paddy Pimblett, while he can execute a game plan slightly similar to Max Holloway's, he just sticks and moves, consistently utilizing his footwork and going in and out. He does not have the speed to be able to do it at that level, and he does not have the ability to roll with shots or block them because, well, he's got terrible striking defense. He leaves his chin wide open. I just feel like Gaethje's going to get him. And Paddy Pimblett, it's not like he has a granite chin. I mean, let's be honest, he's been dropped a couple times on the regional scene. He almost got one-punch KO'd by Luigi Venramini. He got turned into a bobblehead on the feet against Jared Gordon, and none of those guys have the striking level that even Justin Gaethje of today does. And they also don't hit as hard. Yeah, I think Justin Gaethje's he's gonna be able to get it done. Paddy, he can find some success on the feet. He does have a pretty good kick game. He probably will be able to land the body kick a lot in this fight. Gaethje's body is open, but Rafael Faziev, he attacked his body a lot in their last fight, and it didn't give Gaethje any problems at all. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Gaethje on this one. Give me probably a second or third round stoppage. Paddy, he stays safe enough in the first round. If he does actually try to get in a war with Justin and try and exchange with him in the pocket, then I think he's probably going to get knocked out in the first round. If not, it'll probably come in like the second or third. So yeah, give me Justin Gaethje to pull off the upset and beat Paddy Pimblett and rail the hype train, and then get slumped by Ilia Topuria after becoming interim champ because the UFC hates Arman Sarukian. So yeah, give me Justin Gaethje, and that's about it.